Hello everybody! Happy International Women's Day! This is Delby Bragais, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you excerpts of a talk I gave to 300 women executives during the celebration of International Women's Day many years ago. This 2022, the theme for International Women's Day is Break the Bias. Can you imagine a world free of discrimination and stereotypes and biases? Together, collectively, we can break the bias.
She's sure to wake you guys up. Here is Delby Bragais.
I would like to take you on a journey, my personal journey of being greater than. I had a lot of makeover sessions. We would transform people visually. I've been part of model makeovers. Women who wanted a career in modeling, who had to be transformed, not only in the way they look, but in the way they project, in the way they stand, sit, and interact with others. Visual poise and projection, walking the runway. Everything needed to get the mood right, to get the message across, to get the brand across. So, in my journey, my world has changed. I ended up being the founding president of the AICI Philippine chapter. It's part of the largest and leading association of image consultants based in the United States with chapters worldwide. I ended up speaking at conferences. I even became part of the international board, something that I wasn't really expecting to do, and quite frankly, I was not exactly feeling greater than at that time, but as I said, you have to get bolder, bigger. So I stretched. I got invited to all of these different conferences in different parts of the world. And one of the things that I was so happy with was actually being able to represent my country in different events in different parts of the world. And the Philippine flag there meant a lot to me because that's always been my dream. A long time ago, I would just be a silent observer to all of these events. I would be standing on the sidelines, just looking and wishing and hoping that one day my country would be included, would be put on the spotlight. And now, it has become a reality. So this is one of the highlights of my new world. I also ended up being a published author for so many years, maybe as long as I can remember. I always wanted to write my own book. And there just wasn't enough time. I didn't know what to write about. What if people would say that I wasn't very smart? Or because when you write a book, you really expose yourself out there. But as they say, being greater than is moving beyond the fears that you have. And so after editing the book 1,000 times, I finally gave up and I said, this is it. And you know how it is, the very first time I signed the book, it was automatic. I didn't really think what I was gonna say. You know how authors just scribble and write so fast when they ask you to autograph a book? I would say, here's to purpose, passion, and prosperity. Shine. And somehow, that stuck to me. Why? I do not know. But when I decided to make my presentation for Accenture, I think I discovered why. And I'd like to say thank you so much, Accenture, because this isn't just an exercise in enjoying and expressing myself. It was also a journey of introspection for me. The book was entitled The Purple Pig Wears Red Lipstick: 8 Steps to a Personal Brand Makeover for Impact, Influence, and Incredible Income. Why the makeover? Because that was my peg before. That was the world I belonged to. And people, it's about business. And they would be surprised. Why would this person write that kind of a book? Because I've always been interested in the journey of being greater than. And this was my contribution. So, the 4 things I learned from this journey is first, discover your purpose and your passion. The reason I'm saying thank you to Accenture is because I was thinking, why am I doing all of these things? And then it dawned on me. I wanted to do it for my country. I had the opportunity to show in Style Fashion Week in New York recently for Spring Summer 2016. And what was I saying? In front of the international press, what was I saying? I was saying, oh, and you know, the fabrics are from the highlands of my country, the Philippines. I'd make sure that the Philippines was always mentioned there. For all the international conferences that I would attend, I would prepare and prepare and prepare. Why? Because I knew that when I attended that, I was an ambassador of the Philippines. So for all of the conferences that you are going to be attending, you are an ambassador of Accenture. So how are you representing your company? Do you prepare? Do you think about how you're impacting and influencing other people in your community, whether you're client-facing, you're not client-facing, for all the different customer touch points you have? How are you appearing as a brand ambassador of Accenture? Do you embody the values that this company stands for? I remember the first time I joined the international board, there were only 2 Filipinos in that board. I'm sorry. There was only 1 Filipino in that board and 2 Asians. One was from Singapore and I was from the Philippines. I was so excited and I was so busy preparing, I actually didn't sleep the whole night before the conference. So when I entered the conference room, I saw each person had their own country in front of where they were supposed to be seated. And when I saw the Philippines, I felt fabulous. So, the second is to celebrate. Celebrate your individuality. That was a recurring theme from my fashion world that I've taken now to a world where I changed. I was changing looks to now I feel I'm changing lives. So celebrate your individuality, because what makes you different might be the same thing that makes you stronger. You know, I remember one time I was attending a conference in Singapore. I was a young, starting image consultant then, and there was a very experienced senior consultant speaking from the stage, much like this. And as I eagerly listened to every word that she was saying, she said, "Oh, I have one student, and how could she do corporate? She's so creative. Anybody that just looks at her knows that she's not going to really be able to connect with people in corporate." And my heart sank. Why? Because I wanted to do that too. So that means I cannot do it because I was like this. I remember the first time I ran a program for one of the largest banks in this country. The bank had asked me to design and develop a program for their relationship managers and people who were bringing in the dough. And the head of consumer banking told the person from learning and development, she is wearing a trench coat while she's facilitating the workshop. So I looked a little bit different. I didn't fit the mold of a corporate trainer. I didn't have the same shoes. I didn't have the same clothes. I don't even have the same hair. Well, the learning and development manager said, "Well, isn't she supposed to be doing branding?" So she goes, "Okay." So that engagement went on for so many years. So now, I guess you can still be greater than. Reinvent. This is a very, very strong word for me because I believe that the elixir of growth and success is your ability to reinvent yourself, to move forward, to reach further, to do things that you think you weren't able to do before. If you asked me before, would I be standing in front of you guys? Of course not. Would I be having a book and have people lining up to sign? No. Would I be receiving these awards and being invited to all of these talk shows? I don't think so. So my wish for you is to have the courage and the perseverance to reinvent yourself, because it is possible. And lastly, it is to believe, because there's something energetic and magnetic, mesmerizing, magnetizing when you believe that you can be greater than. Believe, because dreams do come true. Thank you, Accenture. Go for it.
If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that you are informed every time we post new videos. Here's to purpose, passion, and prosperity.